Hi everyone, how are you today? Can you hear me? Hi everyone, can you hear me? Hello everyone, good evening. My name is Chantelle and this is the Chantelle Show, a platform created to celebrate the continent of Africa and an ode to my roots. Every week I have a live interview with a very special guest, and this week a very special guest will be joining us, a good friend of mine who is a serial entrepreneur, socialite, philanthropist, General Advisor of Business, Investments and Leisure across Africa, and is the founder and president of the Dream Group Club, which is a concierge company, a powerful and exclusive invitation only business and lifestyle club with a profound and unique global reach, covering everything from lifestyle, concierge, events, hospitality, experience, and recommendations with a reach in Africa, the UK, Europe, Asia, Australia, and the America. And this very special friend is named Mr. Francis Poku. So I'm going to invite Francis on so we can learn a bit more about Francis as a businessman and also some of the insights that he has to share with us concerning the continent of Africa. Hey
Shan,
Francis, how are you?
I am very good. How are you? How you doing?
That's good. I'm very well, thank you. Good evening. Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join me today. This is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Francis Poku, who is a serial entrepreneur, socialite, philanthropist, advisor on general business, investments, and leisure across Africa. He is also the founder and president of the Dream Group Club, which is a concierge, recommendations, lifestyle, hospitality, and experience company. Francis, do you ever sleep?
I find time to sleep. Funny enough, find. But before we start this whole thing, I just want to congratulate you.
Thank you.
Last time we met in Ghana, and you told me about your platform. I thought it was an incredible idea, and it's good to see you put that idea into fruition. And
Thank you very much.
want to congratulate you on that. And I also want to thank you for sharing your time and space with me. And I'm glad to be here. It's a meaningful platform, and I'm here to just drop in, a bit of my 2 cents.
It's wonderful to have you, Francis. Thank you very much. Is there anything else you'd like to add that I've forgotten? Because you do so many things. So perhaps you'd like to give yourself a mini introduction as well?
Okay, Francis Poku. Um, I am many things for various reasons. I'm a serial entrepreneur because I like to live life on my own terms. I engage heavily in philanthropy
Hmm.
because those who only devote themselves to themselves have nothing to show for themselves but themselves.
Very true.
Uh, I'm a bon vivant. As you know, I like to live good because
Hmm.
life is, And the key is to live life before life leaves you. So that's who I am, and I'm just happy to be here and just share a few things with you. So thank you for having me.
Wonderful. So tell us anything else about the Dream Group Club that we might not know and why you chose your line of work.
I mean, first of all, if you're passionate about it, it doesn't feel like a job. And it's something I came up with because I traveled the world. And as you know, Africa is the new frontier of business. So you have a lot of people wanting to do business in Africa, but there's always a little, always a little problem. People always fall in the hands of the wrong people in Africa. So I said, I have a platform, I have very high level relationships. I've been blessed to be connected with very high profile individuals. So why don't I create a business where people can connect with the right people? So I specialized in B2B, which is business to business, and business to B2C, which is business to clientele. So that's something that I thought I would jump on. That's what really pushed me. In terms of lifestyle, you know, we have 52 weeks in a year. There's 2 weeks holidays. We work 5 days a week. We work 8 hours a day. 5 times 8 is 40, so that's 40 hours. So 50 times 40 is 2,000 hours in a year. $500 an hour is $1,000,000. So time is money. So why don't I create a shared service such that people could call one number and have everything done for them? So it saves them time, it saves them money, and grants them peace. So that's what really drove me to starting this business. And with the good Lord being so kind, there's nothing we can complain about. So far, so good.
Wonderful. That's amazing and really, really inspirational. So what are some of the stereotypes that you would say are painted of the young, successful and sociable African, let's say in your case, Ghanaian man? And how have you coped with some of these stereotypes?
I think you are a product of your environment. You know, in Africa, there's a proverb that says that when a blind man says with a stone, he knows what he's standing on. I know where I'm coming from. I come from a very powerful background. I've been blessed to have that background. And in terms of other black males, there are certain people, how, for example, things that are negative spread faster than things that are positive. So you have,
Precisely.
yeah, so you have a lot of people who have that microwave mentality, and I'll call it Google brains, that they actually want to, gain or amass wealth very quickly. But because it spreads very quickly, so when you're young, black, and successful, you're stereotyped the wrong way. And you have people on social media using their platform and trying to pretend or masquerade for businesses. But at the end of the day, when the light comes out, you realize that they weren't really doing what they said they were doing. So that paints a negative picture. But a platform like yours brings key people on your platform. So now, and nothing is filtered. So it helps us to relate with other viewers and let them know that not all black, young, successful people are into business email scams or into 419 or into Yahoo or drug dealing. But there are also black people who run successful businesses and are doing well for themselves.
It's a very good point you've made because it's very true, especially where we come from. There's an often perception that people who are successful are into some sort of criminal activity, as you've said. So it's a very, very insightful point that you've just made. So being into concierge, the concierge industry has obviously suffered some stagnancy. What do you foresee for the future of your industry? And how do you think the pandemic will affect the future of your industry?
Sorry about that. I actually had a call come in, but I just had to cut it.
No problem, no problem. I was speaking about your industry, so concierge, with the pandemic having happened, etc. Well, we're still very much in the middle of it. How do you foresee the future of your industry to be, and how do you think the pandemic will affect the future of your industry?
Okay, I think that's a very good question. With concierge, what we really do is turn people's question marks into full stops, in a nutshell, and we add value to the lives of people. So, and I also believe with the pandemic and the obstacles are simply opportunities in disguise, you know? So it's just basically about rendering services to your clientele in a bespoke manner. I'll give you some examples. In terms of concierge, we talk about lifestyle, we talk about different things. You have people who go to restaurants, and now things have changed from with dining in to curbside pickups. So you have people ordering on the phone and going to that favorite restaurant, still picking it up. So the experience and the joy you experience from the dining doesn't really alter. So you have things like that. Another aspect as well is tech concierge, for example, helping people set up their apps on their phones, helping people connect. Because the clientele I serve are not really tech savvy. So that alone can be a service. So it's about you finding opportunities in that obstacle, make it happen for yourself. So for us, we can't really complain. We have clients, for example, that are into mining, and whatever you do in mining, you have to export, depending on what type of business you're in. You have to export your product to a different country. And you will need private jet services to do that, or cargo. So if you have a concierge company, you can call on your concierge. They will help you do that. They'll help you achieve your goal. So there's no break in your business. So it's just about finding opportunities and the obstacle and making things happen for yourself. And so far, so good. Nothing can complain about. But we're just happy and we're grateful that
Wonderful. So overall, you're saying your industry will become more about technology. Is that what you're saying in a nutshell? That you think things will become more technical moving forward?
I think there'll be an aspect of technology as well, and there'll be an aspect of doing certain things for people, because how we work is we work with very, very well experienced service providers. So whatever the client will need, be it a delivery or a pickup, rather than calling the company directly and making a mistake, they trust us so much that they'll call us and we would arrange that for them. So we still make it profitable for us because there's still revenue room to grow.
Wonderful. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining us, I'm speaking with Mr. Francis Poku, who is a serial entrepreneur, socialite, philanthropist, advisor in general business, investments, and leisure across Africa. Finally, he is the founder and president of the Concierge Group, the Dream Club Group. My name is Chantelle. I'm a writer and presenter from London, and we're engaging in a conversation to do with all wonderful things about the continent of Africa. So, what did Ghana get so right that made Ghana boom? All of a sudden, everybody wants to be in Ghana, everybody wants to travel to Ghana. What is so special about Ghana, Francis?
I think in terms of the boom in Ghana, I would I would thank the new government that we have in place. the new presidency. I think they're doing an incredible job. They have the right people in the right positions, and they are very exposed. So most of them were in the diaspora, and they came back, and they positioned Ghana in the right light, proper marketing. They also engaged the youth as well. We have very young people in Ghana who are in very good positions, and that alone is putting Ghana on that map. And the year of return was a very big success.
Major.
Yes, it was, and I think they raked in around $2 billion, and it's an act that a lot of African countries should emulate. And I think power to Ghana.
Power to Ghana. I think your network, people are saying that they want to see your face better, I guess. Um, yeah. Is it the
No,
network?
no. He's basically saying that I know a lot of people, so I have a
Oh,
network.
I
So
see. I thought it was the network. Okay. Hi, Mr. Quayson. Thank you for your comment there. Yeah, so definitely, I guess that is really why Ghana is booming. And for how long do you foresee that this boom will last for? Do you think Ghana can withhold its interest? Do you think Ghana can withhold its speciality for maybe the next 5, 10, 15 years?
I think so. Uh, Ghana is a very exciting country. I live here in Ghana, and I'm excited to live here. There are
Mm,
new things all the time. New hotels are sprouting up, new restaurants are sprouting up, and there's always something to see and do over here. Good weather, good people, great culture. Um, there's nothing that I can complain about over here. In terms of cultural tourism, we have the castle that people wouldn't stop talking about, and it helps people really stay in touch with their roots. We have the Boti Falls as well. We have great things in the northern part of Ghana. We have great things in the Ashanti region, talking about royalty. We have the stool, the golden stool. And there's a lot of things you can learn from Ghana. And I've been blessed to go to a few other African countries, but there's no place like home. I love Ghana, and I'm sure Ghana can still hold the fort. That's what I believe in.
wonderful. That's great. In the face of the BLM movement and the pandemic, how do you think this will affect the way outsiders see Africa in general? And will Ghana continue to benefit from this? Also, how can Ghana best position itself to continually benefit from this?
Uh, the BLM movement, it's a very good movement. I think it's very revolutionary. Because of that movement, companies, 500 companies, invest in huge amounts of money into funds that are changing Black lives. And what I realized that what you keep hearing and what you keep seeing is hard to push out. So you always want to know more. You would always want to research more. And so now you have people who were oblivious to the whole situation, wanting to know more about slavery. You have people in the United States or even the UK who have burned a lot of fruits, still wanting to get in touch with their roots as well. So I think the Black Lives Matter movement is very good. Um, with Ghana positioning itself, I think sometime last year, a lot of around 75 or 100 Afro Americans naturalized in Ghana. They became Ghanaian citizens. And it was a law passed by Ghana called the Right of Abode in 2001. So you have a lot of people coming down and trying to change the narrative as well.
Mm,
I also want to speak about the Black Lives Matter, and I want
wonderful. Hmm.
to speak about unity uh, because for Black Lives to matter, I also think we have to blacks have to love ourselves. So
I'm so happy you said that.
black love also matters. So, and a lot of people mistaken unity for uniformity, and there's a big difference. Uniformity is simply doing the same thing, looking the same way, and doing it at the same time, and that's uniformity. So people are engaged in uniformity, but their thinking is unity. That's not really unity. Unity is simply doing different things at different times for a common goal, and that is unity. So if we are going to push this agenda, we should focus on unity and not uniformity. It's like the human body, for example. You have the lungs doing something, you have the liver doing something, and you have other body parts doing different, but they're doing it for a common good, is to keep the organism alive. So imagine if we could push that to a movement, and people are not only focused on uniformity and calling it unity, but engage fully in unity. So that's where we also have to learn. So I just thought I'll make that clear that there's a great distinction between uniformity and unity.
Powerful and beautiful words. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here yourself from Francis. There's a big difference from unity and uniformity. So this is what we need to remember, to love one another. Very, very beautiful and very true. Very, very true. So if I am in the diaspora and I
Okay.
want to come back to Ghana,
Okay.
settle in Ghana, what would you advise me to invest in? What are my options of settling in well and making good financial decisions for my future in Africa?
Okay. I think first of all, I'll tell you to invest in me. On the real thing,
Why not? We trust you, so why not?
I think the most important thing is whatever you invest, you should be passionate about it. Because there are people who invest in things and after a while lose out because there are things that they don't understand or have good knowledge about. Why would you invest in something that you don't understand? It's good to use an advisor, but never be used by an advisor. That's key number one. So I always advise you to invest in things you're passionate about, because you being in the diaspora, you're very exposed. You have access to good financial institutions. So that alone is a good footing for you to penetrate the market. But I'll tell you to invest in something you're passionate about and follow due process. Don't let anyone sway you from following the process. Ask a lot of questions, because you can only get an answer if you ask questions. So I'll tell you to ask a lot of questions, get a lot of referrals, and deal with the right authorities. And that will help you make an informed decision. Because you have a lot of people who are in the diaspora have made mistakes with investments over here. I'm sure you've heard of some. People have bought lands and had issues.
Millions of stories.
People send money to build homes, and
And
they
they never
come
see the money or the building.
or the building. So I'll just tell you, take your time, uh, come on the ground, do a bit of research for yourself, engage with people, network, build your network, get to know people, and know the right person you can do business with. I think that's very, very important. So that is key. And don't
Very
rush,
true.
especially with today's pandemic, you actually don't want to lose money. You have to make sure of whatever is good.
Very, very true. Don't rush and good planning. That's very true. Talking about diasporans, I often think when there are conversations about Africa, we always focus on outsiders coming into Africa, but we never really speak about people who actually live on the continent. So, for instance, let's take Ghana, for example. Do you think the average Ghanaian has benefited or is benefiting from the boom of Ghana? And if not, how can the average Ghanaian benefit from this wave?
I think the average Ghanaian must first study the the tourist, what should I say, those in the diaspora and what brings them to Ghana. That's number one. But if you have someone that, because there are different types of travelers. There are luxury travelers who want to come for the champagne lifestyle in Ghana. So they want to go to the good restaurants. They want to enjoy nightlife. They want to stay in the best hotels. And you have someone who wants to get in touch with his roots. They want to go on tours. They 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 want to grab artsy crafts. That's what they are looking for. So it depends on what you as a Ghanaian is also looking for. So if I'm a Ghanaian who is into art or someone who is into travel and tours, I think that would be a good business because anyone that comes into Ghana, I know I can sell them African art. I know I could take them places in terms of travel and tour, places that would help them get in touch with their roots. Um, if I'm in the hotel business, for example, it's good business.
Very real, very, very real. So you've heard it here. All Ghanaians who are looking for ways to capitalize off of the boom. You heard it from Francis. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Can you hear
Perfect.
me?
Yes, I can.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, what are some of the general perceptions you think the average Ghanaian has of the diasporan and their influence?
Um, how, no, that's a question I'm asking you.
Okay, that's a question you want to ask me.
Yeah, an average Ghanaian.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, what do I think?
Ghanaians.
I'm asking you. You answer, and then I'll give my opinion at the end. So you answer first
All
because
right. So,
I have several.
okay. I think there are five social classes. That's what I think first. So
Okay.
we have the upper class, we have the upper middle,
Mm.
um, we have the middle class, and we have the lower class. You know. So let's stick to the working class and call it the working class, an average Ghanaian, right? I think what an average Ghanaian thinks of someone in diaspora is that it's someone who's a crux to knowledge transfer because you have vast amount of exposure and there's a lot that they can learn from you. It's a lot you can bring to the table. It's a lot of skills. It's a lot of resources that you can bring. I also think that let me see, what do they think about the diaspora? I think knowledge transfer is key. I think um, knowledge transfer is key. You have a lot of skills, and the diasporas are people that an average Ghanaian will want to listen to just because of knowledge transfer and your easy access to capital as well. So diasporans in Ghana will command a lot of respect and a lot of doors will be open for you just because of where you're coming from. That's how the average Ghanaian will see someone in the diaspora.
Okay, very interesting. Do you think that still exists, though? Do you think diasporans are still received in the same way that they are by the average Ghanaian now? such as, i.e., 5, 10 years back?
No, I think things have changed because a lot of Ghanaians have now become global players. Things have changed. A lot of people are well traveled. Um, a lot of people meet diasporans all the time. And so it's not really, it's nothing special, right? But it also depends on the type of individual that you meet from the diaspora and how serious they are as well, depending on what both of you want to do in Africa. So different strokes for different folks. That's how I'll put it.
Precisely. So someone might be watching this right now and they
Oh,
might have an interest to get into the same industry that you're in, which is predominantly concierge or general entrepreneurship. What
okay.
advice would you give that individual in terms of entering entrepreneurship, some of the things they need to look out for, some of the things they need to do and be prepared for?
Okay, I think as an entrepreneur, first of all, there's certain qualities you have to have. Um, you have to have discipline, you have to have drive, you have to have dedication, and you have to have determination. With those 4 Ds, you can get A's in everything. So that's the first thing I'll say. Second thing I'll say is like the network is your network. It's very good to build relationships because as an entrepreneur, the people that would really support your business are not your friends. Friends wouldn't support your business, surprisingly. You have a lot of people looking to grow their businesses and saying, "Oh, I have my friends; they all support me." But it's really going to be a rude awakening when you realize that your friends wouldn't support you, your family members wouldn't understand what you're looking to. But the people that will support you are strangers. You know, that's
100%.
that's why building relationships is also very, very crucial. The next thing is for you to think big. It's very important to think big. You have to be very confident in yourself. Thinking big is, I always tell people that when you elevate your thinking, you elevate your living. So it's all about your mindset. So it's the way you think, and and also you have to have a passion for what you do. You have to be very passionate about it. Because when you're passionate about it, it never feels like a job. It never feels like work. You love what you do. And even if you didn't get paid, you still love what you do. That is the true definition of passion. So that is what I'll tell anybody looking to jump into entrepreneurship.
If you had one thing to tell the youth of Africa today, what would you like to say to them?
If I had one thing to tell them, I'll tell them to go for their dreams, to live life to the fullest, and they shouldn't be afraid of failing. You know, they shouldn't be afraid of failing, because failing is not you. Failing is just something that happened to you. So that's what.
Beautiful. Failing is not you. Failing is just something that happened to you. Noted. Very, very touching and very true. Um, Francis, what has
Yes, Sean.
2020 and the pandemic season taught you?
It's taught me to hope for the best and prepare for the worst. It's helped me to think outside the box. It's taught me to not just rely on one revenue stream, but to know how to diversify your portfolio. So many businesses I'm doing now because of this pandemic. It's taught me to be creative. Um, you know, I always say that adversity is the greatest university. It teaches you to conform. It teaches you to change. It teaches you to be malleable. And I think it's a beautiful thing, actually. It's a gift and a curse. And that's what I've
Mm,
learned from this pandemic.
great. Very, very touching. You have a lot of one-liners. Are you someone who reads a lot?
Yes, I do read a lot. I'll classify myself as a scholar. I actually studied in the UK. I have
Okay.